Hi guys, I Aziz welcome you to CoedMaster, and in this video I am going to talk about comparable and comparator interface. I will explain what is the difference between comparable and comparator interface and when to use which interface. So my friend, if you are willing to learn everything about comparator and comparable interface, then please watch this video till the end. So let's get started. Alright guys, as usual, let's start from the basics. So in order to understand what is comparable and comparator interface and what it does, first we have to understand how sorting works. So let's create one collection and try to add some elements to it. For example, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And let's try to sort all of these elements. So for sorting we use collections class and sort method of collection class and passing this collection to it. And now let's try to print this collection. Run the program and there we go. You can see here all the elements are sorted in ascending order. Okay, even if I place 4 on top of 1, it's going to print all the elements in ascending order. Let's see here. Now let's try to add some character here. Okay, so al.add character C, okay, B and A, and let's try to sort it and print it. Let's run the program and see ABC. This means ABC is also sorted in ascending order. Although we have added CBA, still it is giving all the elements in ascending order. Okay, no issue. Let's try to add some string to it. Okay, l.add. We generally give string in double quotes. So string is also same as C, B and A. Okay, do not get confused. Okay, this is a string. Okay, let me add one more character to it. X, Y, Z. Okay, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. Now sort the collection and let's print this collection on the screen. Run the program and boom, we are getting a string in ascending order. So A comes first, then B and then C. Wow, what is happening? Everything is working fine. Okay, let's try to add some boolean element. Okay, add true. Okay, then again true. Okay, and then false. Okay, let's make it false. Second element is false and third element is true. Now let's sort these collection using collections.sort method and try to print it on the screen. Run the program and boom, boolean are also sorted in ascending order, and in boolean the false comes first and then true. So guys, if you look at all the collections, after sorting all the collections are printed in the increasing order. So is it a miracle or there is something happening behind the scene? So obviously computers do not do miracles. There is something cooking behind the scene that we are not able to perceive. So what to do in this case? Let's do one thing. Let's do a deep dive into Java source code to investigate what is happening over here. So in case of integers, it was working fine. So let's dive into the integer class of Java. So here, if you look at this class closely, you will see that this class implements comparable interface and it is of type integer. Okay, no issue. Now what about character? Okay, let's go to character class and we can see here clearly that character class also implements comparable interface. Okay, no problem. Let's go to next class. Next is string. So if we go to string class, we will see that string also implements comparable interface. Okay, good. Now let's go to boolean class. If we go to boolean class, here also same thing, boolean class is also implementing comparable interface. So this means it was not a magic. Everything is working because of the comparable interface. And guys, if you have noticed all the collections printed on the screen, you must have noticed that all the collections are printed in natural ordering. Okay, even if I adding 4 on top of it, then still it is printed in increasing order, right? You can see here. So guys, with all of these experiments, we learned two things. Number one is comparable is used to sort the elements, and second thing is whenever we want to sort objects in natural ordering, we use comparable interface. So guys, this is what the actual comparable interface is, and this is the actual use of comparable interface. So I hope you understood this really well. So now let's talk about some real life examples. So guys, let's say you are developing an e-commerce application, okay? And in e-commerce application, you have one class that represents product. So let's create one class for product. To save some time, I have already created one class for product. And this product class has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 properties, okay? First is ID, name, price, quantity and stock. And this is a constructor which is setting all the properties. Then we have two getter method for quantity and in stock. And in the last, I have override toString method to print all the attributes of this class, okay? So what happens in real life, we generally have to print or list all the product according to some order, right? So let's create 3 products and add to this collection. So here we go. So I have created 3 products. The ID of product 1 is 3, name is P3, price is 4.0, quantity is 2 and stock is true. And similarly, I have created 2 more products. So there are 3 products. Now let's try to sort this product, okay? So we are using collections.sort method to sort all the objects, okay, in ascending order, and let's print all the object on the screen. Let's run the program. And what is this? We are getting error, and this error is saying class product cannot be cast to java.lang.comparable. So by looking at this error, we learned one thing, that first of all, the comparable interface belongs to java.language package, okay? And second thing is, without comparable interface, we cannot sort any objects, okay? So what to do? Let's implement comparable interface on this class. So let's write implements and then write name of the interface, that is comparable. As it is a generic interface, we have to pass product class to it. And now we have to implement the method of this comparable interface, and that method is compare_to. Now under the hood, this compare_to method is used to compare 2 objects. And which are those 2 objects? First object is the object itself, okay? And the second is the other object that is going to be compared to. Now if you look at this compare method, this method is returning integer value. So here we have 3 possibilities to return integer. First possibility is -1. So in case this particular object is smaller than the other specified object, then we have to return -1, okay? If both the objects are equal, we have to return 0. If other object is greater, then we have to return 1. And this makes sense. If the ID of this object is smaller than this object, then obviously it's going to return -1. And if the ID of both the objects are same, then obviously it's going to return 0. And if the ID of this object is greater than this object, then obviously it's going to return positive value. So based on these 3 values, sort method use this compare_to method to decide where to place which element. For example, there are 2 objects, and using this compare_to method, it's going to decide whether object 1 comes before object 2 or object 1 comes after object 2, okay? Now we are done with comparable interface. Now let's move on to main function, and now let's try to run the program. This time you can see that all the products are arranged in increasing order of the ID. 1, 2 and 3. Amazing. So it's working. So this means the comparable interface is working fine with product objects. So let's take this challenge to next level. So what happens in real life, sometimes we have to sort a list of products based on some other criteria. For example, we have to sort products based on price. Now what to do? Do we need to implement one more interface like more comparable? But if we try to do this, we get error that duplicate class java.lang.comparable. This means we can implement one interface only once, okay? Now what is the other option? So guys, please hold your breath. This is the time where comparator comes into picture to rescue. Yes, you heard that right. So whenever we want to sort collection of objects other than its natural ordering, then we use comparator interface. So what to do? Let's create one comparator interface to compare all the prices and arrange all the products based on prices. To save time, I have already created comparator. So the name of this comparator is price comparator. and this class implements comparator interface as it is a generic interface, so I have to pass product. Okay, and this comparator interface has one method, compare, so we have to override this method. In this method we get two objects, product object 1 and product object 2. Now again here also we have three possibilities, either we return -1, 0 or 1. So based on these values, the sort function use this comparator to compare two objects, and it's going to arrange object based on this value. Okay, so that is why we are doing object 1 dot price minus object 2 dot price. Okay, so now comparator is ready. Now let's pass this comparator over here. So new price comparator, and that's it. Now let's run the program and see what it does. Now you can see here the products are arranged in increasing order of price. So the price is 4, then 6 and then 10. Okay, so far so clear. It's great. Now let's take this challenge to next level. Now what happens if I want to print all the elements in decreasing order of price? Now what to do? We have already used comparable, we have already used comparator. Now we do not have more option to implement comparable one more time or comparator one more time. So here comes the different methods that are available in comparator interface. So what we have to do, we just have to chain that method. So if I type dot, then you can see all the methods that are available in comparator interface. So here we just have to use this method reverse. So what this method does, it simply impose reverse order on the price comparator. Now let's run the program and see. Wow, now you can see that the prices are arranged in decreasing order, 10, 6 and 4. So far so clear. Now let's take this challenge one step ahead. Now let's say I don't want to implement any comparator now. So can we sort this collection based on in-stock property? So meaning we have to sort this collection based on in-stock property. And in-stock property is a Boolean value. On some product it is true and some product it is false. So what to do in this case? So again comparator comes here to save our life. So as you can see here in comparator, there are numerous methods available here. So we can use this method to make our life easy. So here also let's use one of the comparator method. So write comparator dot comparing, and this function takes key extractor. You can see here it is written key extractor. So we can extract this key from the product object. And how to do it? Let's write product colon colon and name of the function, and the name of function is in stock. Okay, so we are done with it. Let's print all the objects on the screen, and boom, now you can see that all the objects are arranged in Boolean order, Boolean increasing order. So first is false, second is true, and third is also true. Let's try to print in reverse order. So just chain a reverse order after comparator.comparing, run the program, and you will see that now it is giving true, true and false. Okay, and one more thing guys, comparable belongs to java.lang package, okay, whereas comparator belongs to java.util package. So always remember these two things. So guys, I hope now you understood what is comparable, what is comparator, when to use comparable and when to use comparator. So the moral of this story is, whenever we need natural sorting of the objects, then we use comparable interface. Okay, and whenever we need custom sorting of any collection, then we use comparator interface. So generally we implement comparable interface in objects when we want to sort objects in natural ordering by ID. And in case you want to sort all the objects by other key, for example name or price or date or anything else, you just have to implement comparator. And if you do not want to implement comparator, then you can simply use the comparing method of comparator and give it a key extractor. So the sort function automatically creates the comparator using the key extractor, and it's going to sort all the objects in ascending or descending order. So guys, I hope now you have solid understanding of comparable and comparator interface. So on this note, let's end this video. So guys, if you have learned something valuable from this video, then hit the like button in order to make YouTube algorithm happy. Subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click the bell icon so my friend you never miss any upcoming video. So this is all from my side. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.